catching up with Coco Austin, mom of 6-year-old Chanel, who we just saw there sneaking up on her iconic father, Ice-T, to give him a kiss. Before the break, we were talking about Ice and what he's like as a dad. So I was online last night, and they had children who greatly resemble their parents. And the number 2 spot on the list were these two.
Wow.
These two.
Yes, it's scary. Yeah. But if you tell Chanel that, ooh.
What does she say?
She doesn't like it. She's like, no, I look like mommy. I got her chin.
How did she change him? Because obviously we've watched him evolve over the years from this hip hop star into acting. And now we see this part of him. What do you see at home?
Well, I've always seen a different side of Ice.
Yeah.
I've always, you see scary Ice, I see teddy bear Ice, but I mean, it never really changed. Yeah. It just became another like human being in the house where not only he cares for me, but he cares for her. And that's why
But she's a big age gap for him, even though...
That's true, but now he can focus more on her.
That's what I'm asking.
Because during his career where he was touring back in the 90s, early 90s, he was not at home really watching his younger daughters and son, blossom.
Look at this.
So
is this home life for the two of them?
Yes, they like to play Xbox together.
They play
She's
Xbox.
really big into Roblox, and she's very techie. At 6 years old, she really knows her business in the tech world.
When you had her, you instantly opened up a social media account, and I was curious about that because knowing that you wanted to stay private or have this private part of your life, but then you opened a social media account. Why did you do that?
Well, because I know on my page and Ice's page, some people don't want to see just pictures and pictures of your child. So we wanted her to have her own account, so you would see the steps she's taken in life if you were really interested.
Why did you want to share that with your fans?
Well, we've always been an open book. As far as our family goes, we have our reality show, and I feel like that's important for people to see if we are in that limelight, to see the true side.
Yeah.
Because if you don't see the true side of them, then people will make up stuff. And it almost, social media gives you an actual voice.
Yeah. One of the reasons that I've been wanting to talk with you for so long is because of the comments that come your way from the openness.
Yeah.
I think the first that caught my attention was when you revealed that you were still breastfeeding Chanel, and she was at the time...
I think she was... 5 here.
5 years old.
Yeah, 5 here.
I actually had to stop looking at the comments because I was getting so upset. Now, I personally can't imagine breastfeeding until 5 years old. That said, it's your body, your choice, your child.
Right. It's not a nutritional thing. It's more of a bonding moment for us. So we'll do it at night or in the morning, but it's something that we cherish our time together.
When you shared the post, did you expect people to attack you?
Well, they have known I've been breastfeeding for a very long time. They just don't know when, in fact, if I stopped or not.
Right.
So when I said something about it...
You verified it was still going on.
Right, right.
I breastfed my child for a year. I had to go on tour to promote the show. And I guess it's whether it's a year, a week, or you don't at all, by the way, because some women are shamed for not doing it at all.
Right.
You're getting shamed for your child. And what struck me, Coco, was not just people expressing that they wouldn't do it. Then it was assigning, this is perverted. This is sexual. That part of your body is meant for your husband. Like, did it start to...
Well, first it's meant for your baby.
Thank you.
Maybe secondary it's the husband, but
How did that feel?
First of all, I don't read the comments.
You don't?
I don't.
Good.
The very first time I post, within 10 minutes, I'll read the first ones that come in, and sometimes I'll even answer them back. Because people that are really honest and want to know things, so I answer them back.
Right. The stroller thing baffled me. Now, we live in the East Coast. The stroller is your friend when you have a young child.
Totally.
There you are with an innocent picture of Chanel being bored with shopping with you and Ice, and people chimed in. All I could see was a cute kid saying, let me go home.
Yeah, she was over it. Just kind of baffled me. When I posted this as the last picture, I thought someone would attack me. Yeah. And it was crazy. I was like, she's still in a stroller? I was like, okay, first of all, if she wasn't in a stroller, she asked me to carry her.
Yeah.
They can't go for long periods of time.
Right.
They get irritated and tired. And So why make it easy on the mother? I'm carrying a bag, I'm carrying her, I'm carrying everything.
But if you were carrying nothing, it's your child in a stroller, which, you know, we talk a lot about mom shaming, and you were open even with your losing the weight after birth, and also worrying about if you'd have your career again. You've been such an inspiration for so many women. Largely, though, what do you see as the message you want to get across?
Well, I don't think people need to change after having a child. I think people thought being Coco, I was going to have a child and then start dressing different, acting different. And it's like, I'm still myself, but a motherly self. I could still have my sexiness, right? And still be a mother. I don't have to shut that down. Right. I'm not dumber because now I'm wearing a tighter dress. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, this is the way I feel good. And, you know, it took me a long time, too, that when I first had Chanel, I didn't feel myself.
Yeah.
Because when I had Chanel, I didn't feel like I was losing myself in some type of way. Now it was all focused on her. Where was Coco going? You know, I was at home, focused on her. Am I doing things right? I was so focused about doing things correctly and being the super mother that I didn't know who the real Coco was. I lost her.
You lost yourself.
I wasn't the same Coco as I was before.
Did Ice-T notice that you were losing yourself?
I don't think so. I see the thing, you'll never know that I'm going through something because I'm always happy, no matter what. I always have a smile on my face, but yeah, inside you're like, oh man, I'm not myself. It took about 3 years. 3 years? Where I was like, yeah, even just to get your hair done or do something regarding yourself. Like, again, I don't have nannies or babysitters. Just doing that for yourself was hard. I brought everywhere I was, Chanel was.
Were you ever overwhelmed with that?
Yeah, because I'm used to going all the time.
Why not get help then? You know,
I wanted to be that person. Now she's in school. She started first grade this year. And now I have like a friend that helps me out like today, just in case if I don't get back to pick her up school, my babysitter will help me pick her up. So I'll see her in a couple hours.
Because they say that often about women, we are afraid to ask for help because somehow we feel that people will not see us as super moms. But super moms end up in corners crying alone because you can't do it by yourself.
That's true. I don't like to ask for help at all.
You don't? Have you learned to ask?
You ask all my friends, even my family, I never ask for help.
Have you learned to ask for help now that you recognize that the toll that it was taking?
Yes, I've opened it up a little bit.